Hey, hi. Hello everyone, my name is WTQ and welcome to the final episode of 2021. How are you doing today? This is a recording for the WTQ podcast to where we have conversations. You ask me questions and we get into it. How are you doing today? Like I said, this is the final episode of 2021. This is New Year's Eve. How are you doing? Let me know in the comments. Let me know on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, on your preferred social media device. I think I'm doing good. As a reflection of 2021, I think it could have been better. I started 2021 with COVID, and I recently started December with a inflammation attack on my left knee, and had my birthday recently. It was a really good Christmas. It was a better Christmas than the previous year. And I love the fact that Christmas has been improving recently. So, in hindsight, very good. Otherwise, it really sucks because just the idea that 2021 it's been very crazy. There was a wedding, and I've recently I recently have been streaming less on Twitch. I have a Twitch channel. I stream on twitch.tv/WTPHU, and I do some of my live recordings there as well for the podcast. But again, it's really just weird. By the time this goes on Anchor and Spotify, I've already posted this on YouTube, so definitely a fun 2021. I do plan during 2022 to simulcast this. So the same day, the same time that I release on YouTube, it's going to be on Facebook at the same time. It's going to be on Anchor and Spotify at the same time. It's going to be great. But yeah, I am hoping and I'm praying for the best when it comes to 2022, because in 2022, I do want to stream more, and I do want to make more content. I want to create, because creation in hindsight has become a way for self-care, because it allows me to do things other than... Sorry, hold on. Honey, hello. I'm outside the house right now, but I'm just doing a little episode at the moment before coming in.
Episode?
For the podcast. You remember I have a podcast, right? So you forgot.
Well, no, I didn't forget.
I'm hoping that I parked in a good spot. Did I park okay?
Yeah, but you're a little crooked.
Yeah, it's kind of like because the way you guys shoveled, but I'll try to fix it. Love you. Yeah, so that's a good cue for us to finish the podcast with these questions. Let's get into it. Let's get into the podcast for the last time for 2021. What song do you secretly sing in the shower? It's actually kind of funny. So I don't normally sing in the shower, but very often when it comes to taking showers, I normally shower at the end of my day or at the start of my day. So at the end of my day, it's normally kind of it's been when I listen to music, it's normally a mood that I recently listened to. So I've been let me look up Spotify, because that's a good gauge of what I've been listening to, and especially when it comes to what I've listened to recently. So I definitely, at the end of the day, I'm normally like listening and kind of singing along with what song? Duck. It's a dumb I can't find the answer for that, but definitely the answer when it comes to when I start my day, I'm normally singing to myself the song "Non-Stop" from Hamilton. And if there is a specific reason when it comes to doing that, just because the whole point of the Hamilton show, it's a play about Alexander Hamilton, who is a founding father who rode his way out of depression, rode his way out of tragedy, and in as consequence for him for working nonstop, he's caused other people harm. He thought he was doing well for himself until, like, in hindsight, nonstop is a situation where I like singing it to myself, because it's a situation where how does a person succeed? How can a person not succeed without working really hard? How can you not achieve your dreams without working really hard? But there's a consequence to that, because at the same time, as much hard work as you do pour into your craft, you do need to take your time. And it's a lesson to take your time and to definitely invest in yourself as much as you are investing into your craft. So I definitely start my day doing that sometimes. Sometimes I sing that to myself, and I'm very bad at rap, much less theater. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? In the next 5 years, I definitely plan on shifting to a day shift schedule. I don't want to be in a situation where I work nights forever. For as much benefit as I've received from working night shift, I love the night differentials. I love being able to, like, get out of work and then be the first one in line for the gym, to be the first one in line for food specials, for restaurants, for the first one at stores. I am the first one at the Wajimaya. I am the first one at Target as soon as I get off work. But the problem is, as much fun as it is, I genuinely miss the routine of a 9 to 5 daytime, because that is what the world mostly works on. I think I can definitely sleep better. I can definitely feel more energized. I feel like I have more time if I worked during the day, because when I come home from my night shift, I do have a sinking fight against fatigue, because my first thought is to definitely sleep. It's to go to bed. I plan to go straight to bed after I sleep. But the problem is, after I get off from work, sometimes I would sleep so long that I miss out on the day. So I could have done my laundry. I slept through it. I could have had lunch with my friends and family. I would sleep through it. I want to get into a situation where I have a better sleep schedule. I want to get in a situation to where I have more time, because as much time that I get from working nights to be awake during the day, I miss out on family, I miss out on friends, and I miss out on experiences by trading away my nights. I am consciously scared of, like, when can I go to bed? When can I eat? When can I have enough calories to survive the night, or enough caffeine to survive the night? So for as much benefit, I will ride out this train for as long as I can. But despite that, in the next 5 years, I do plan on getting a day shift job that matches the income that I'm making right now. So that's one thing about what I'm planning on doing for the next 5 years. In the next 5 years, I can get into it. I can get more into my 5-year plan. But again, that's something that we can reflect on during 2021. What is the first thing you're doing? So a question for you on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. What is the first thing you're doing in the next 5 years that you want completed? That's a question for you guys. And the last question for the channel, for the podcast, is what is something others purchase that you simply can't understand and why? You know, oh God, I used to trash on people for pouring money into phone games. Phone games and gacha games where you kind of like spend money, you spend in-game currencies to roll and get what you want. And in hindsight, that's an easy way for companies to earn money. But that's also a situation where I don't understand why people spend more money on games than they should. But that's also at the same time a genius marketing plan. Fortnite, you don't have to, it's a free to play game, but they make their business and they make their market off of battle pass, off the purchase of battle passes, skins. You can go and play Apex and you can pour money in for a lottery and for a loot box chance to get your favorite skins, to get your favorite voice packs. Those are the things. Or you can spend money for a chance to get your favorite character on a mobile game or whatnot. I don't understand it. I don't understand why people are compelled, but I do understand that despite people spending money on it, you don't have to spend the money. You can just be free to play because in hindsight, you're losing a profit that could be spent on anything else. A battle pass is like roughly $15, $10 a month for Fortnite, for example. That $10 could have been done and spent anywhere else. You could have got food. You could have got gas. But in hindsight, if you have a job and you make more, if your budget allows it, sure, you have free spending money to do what you want. In hindsight, I can understand why adults can spend money on skins and gacha because their excess income outside of the budget for basic needs can pay for it. Sure, I get that. Or if you don't have any credit card debt and you want to spend something to treat yourself because it's fun and you like the thrill of it. Sure, I get it. I understand. I am also a hypocrite because I've spent money on phone games twice. Now, I say that I don't understand it, but I do because I did it once. I did it 2 different times. The first time was when someone gave me a Google Play gift card. And that is for your Google Play account to spend on whatever you want, on books, on TV shows, on video games. And I did that. That was the first time I did it. That was free money, so technically that was nothing out of my pocket. But then the second time, I spent some money on a game called Final Fantasy Mobius. And right now, the server's been shut down, but also the Square Enix has finished the timeline. They finished the story that they wanted to tell, but then they also decided to kill the server, end the game. In hindsight, I never got to the ending of Mobius Final Fantasy. But I really wanted a skin which was a Cloud skin from Final Fantasy VII, from Final Fantasy Advent Children. The second time, I used both of my I used the first Google Play card for that, and then I spent my own $20 on that. The second time I spent my money, first time I spent my money, I got the skin that I wanted, and that was done. I was done spending money on mobile games, but that was the only time I've ever done it. I have no regrets. I wish I kept the recordings of Moby's Final Fantasy, but at the same time, mobile gaming is not very large. It's for a niche collective on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. But again, I can understand why you pay money for gacha, for the loot boxes, for the skins. But also, I don't understand it if you don't have the budgets to spend money on that. Why do you spend the money on that? I don't understand that, because it's a financial question as to why you spend money on it, which I don't understand. I understand why you spent money on it, but I don't understand it why you spend money when you don't have the budget. That's what I don't get. I don't get why people spend money when they don't have the budget to do that. I can understand the immediate satisfaction that comes from it, but in the 100 years that you can live, that is a poor investment. That is a poor investment in yourself. And if you're trying to do things for yourself for the future, if you're planning on being a futurist, why do you spend money that you don't have presently when it affects you negatively in the future? I don't understand that. I wish I could, but I'm also a victim and a sinner for doing that same thing as well. So, yeah. That is the last question of the year. That is the last question of 2021, and I hope to see you guys in 2022. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoy the show. If you liked it, please make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Please make sure you listen on your appropriate devices. This is simulcasted on Spotify, on Anchor, on YouTube, on Facebook. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope to see you in 2021, 2022. And as always, my name's Tyler. I'm your friend, and I'll see you next time. Bye.